With Sevens rugby back on the horizon, Dubai kicks off in a week. I've decided to go with the top 5 best Sevens players of all time. In no order at all, these 5 guys in their own way revolutionized the game, I think, carried their respective teams to multiple World Series, Olympic medals. They've scored that many tries, kicked that many goals, stepped that many people. Great players with a lot of the same attributes, which most great Sevens players do have. Fast, strong, skillful, deceptive. Their longevity in this brutal game has been kind of one of the main reasons why I've picked these 5 players. So let's get into it. Jerry Tuai plays for the Flying Fijian Sevens team. Made his debut on the World Series in Gold Coast 2014. Went on to win gold in 2026 Rio de Janeiro and 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Also winning the Sevens World Cup in 2022 in Cape Town. What a player. Agility, speed, tough, skillful. Fijians had a lot of quality players throughout. Sevens and Fiji is the same thing. But I think Tuai's ability to read the game kind of sets him apart. Come up with massive plays when they needed him. The amount of involvement too he has in a game, the amount of touches he has, he's kind of the kingpin in the middle, and everything happens around him. The next player, DJ Forbes, part of the golden era of New Zealand Sevens. Captain for a lot of that time as well. Debut on the World Series in 2006. Was made captain that year as well. 6 times World Series winner. A gold at the Commonwealth Games. Awarded World Sevens Player of the Year in 2008. When you talk about longevity and physicality, brute physicality in the Sevens game, like DJ Forbes is the guy that comes to mind. I think I've picked him too because we have the same haircut, and we're tough as nails. He's tough, he's hard, had an engine like none other. Surprisingly skillful for his size as well. And again, you have to be. All of the players in Sevens are skillful. It's kind of your first thing that you need ticked off to play Sevens. Scored over 150 tries throughout his career. I think what sets him apart was his leadership of that Sevens team during that golden era, where he led that Sevens team to a number of World Series wins, and he was the captain of that side for the majority of his career. Absolute warrior. Cecil Africa, one of the many dreadlock bandits for the Blitzbokke. Like bacon and eggs for South African Sevens. When you say Blitzbokke, Cecil Africa pops up. When you say salt, pepper, Blitzbokke, Cecil Africa. Debut on the World Series in 2009 in Dubai. Top try and point scorer in the 2010 series. Sevens Player of the Year that year as well. Part of the Blitzbokke side that won gold at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. One of the best playmakers in the game, hands down. Can read the game of Sevens like no one else. Deceptively quick, not much on him. I think what holds him back a little bit was his dreadlocks. But I think that also gave him his superpowers. When you needed a big play, give the ball to Cecil. Africa. Very handy with conversions with the boot as well. A very important part of Sevens. Knocking over, getting those 2 points, especially from the sidelines. The power is in the dreadlocks. That's where he gets the power from. Part of a very strong group of South African Sevens that kind of revolutionized the Sevens outlook on Sevens in South African rugby. It's always been a strong part of South African rugby, but that group of players that came through, Cecil, Branko de Preer, Justin Geduld, the guys with all the dreadlocks, gun, weapons, weapons. Next player, Tomasi Tama. Oh, debuted in 2005 for New Zealand Sevens, and he's still their all-time point scorer. What? Won gold in 2010 Commonwealth Games and won the 2013 Sevens World Cup. Fijian born, has that natural built flair in him. Obviously donned the New Zealand Sevens jersey. A playmaker that just on a dime can flip the switch, do step 7-5 guys and go score. Absolute play, like one of the best to ever do it. Not the biggest player, but deceptively strong. Just like if you got a step wrong and it would throw guys off as well. That ability to use your body weight to beat defenders, to kind of throw defenders off. Very strong, very nippy, great skill. Of course, very handy with the boot as well. And also part of that golden era for New Zealand Sevens. Great. Absolute great player. Last but not least at all, one of, if not the best finisher in the game, in Sevens world, in ever Sevens series. Best finisher, Siabelo Sanatla. Debuted for the Blitzbokke 2013 in Wellington, topping the try scoring with 29 tries that season. In your first year, score 29 tries? Easy. Let's go. Won the Commonwealth Games with the Blitzbokke in 2014 with 224 tries in his 5 years playing for Sevens career, making him 100% one of the best finishers in the game. You talk about speed, out and out speed. Nothing beats pure gas. You can get yourself out of so much trouble on a rugby field if you're fast. And Siabelo Sanatla is fast. Ooh. Man, what sets him apart from just those out and out finishes was his work rate as well. Loved to get around the park to make those tackles. In the dying minutes would make tackles, hit rucks. And again, as part of that strong group of South African Sevens players that kind of changed the landscape of Sevens. Whenever he was given the ball, given 2 meters space, gone. They say speed kills. He killed a few times down the touchline. Oof. Man, a little bit of space and game over. Siabelo Sanata, player honestly built for the Sevens game. And that wraps up my top 5. Like I said, there wasn't a this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can go on. There's tons more. But if I have to pick a best one out of those 5, I'm picking Siabelo. If you had to pick one of those guys to be in your team, Siabelo, he's scoring tries. How do you win games? You score tries. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Who did I miss? Because again, I could name another 5, a 50 even. And I'll see you next time. Bye.